Hi, everyone. I just wanted to check in today and let you know that it's time to start thinking about the partnership that we have with Edsurge and CESA. I mentioned this at the PAC meeting as well as at the SID meeting earlier this week. So I wanted to dive in and tell you a little bit more about what it entails because this is a partnership that is a match made in heaven. So, we're going to get started by talking a little bit about what Edsurge is. And you can find Edsurge at edsurge.com, but they are a news and research and technology company. And what they've started doing recently is helping schools find and select the ed tech tools that will meet their needs and support all learners. This is a free service known as the Edsurge Concierge. And through this free service, the ed tech professionals at Edsurge who have been working to research and vet educational technology for the past 5 years, they've actually cataloged over 3,000 ed tech tools. And so they're going to take that knowledge and match up those tools with your needs. So they have educators, administrators, and analysts looking at the products based on the needs that you share with them for your specific school situation. So have you ever gone to the hardware store and bought a tool that you didn't really need? So probably not very often. Usually, when we go to the hardware store, we know what tool we need to buy because we know what job we're trying to accomplish. Ed tech, it's not quite like that. Sometimes we buy tools before we know what they can do or what we need them to do. So Edsurge works to make sure that when you go to the ed tech store, you know what your need is so you can get the appropriate tool and we can preserve your fiscal resources. So, depending on what your needs are, you might find that you have a need for response to intervention supports for reading or math. You might find that you want a 24/7 online staff personal development program. You might want a new learning management system because Google Classroom or Edmodo isn't living up to your expectations for the system. You might look for a behavior tracking system to support RTI or PBIS. But whatever your needs are, the Edsurge can help you find the tool to do the job that you need to have done. CESA 3 has secured priority access for our schools and districts. This is a big deal. The Edsurge Concierge has only been around for about 10 months, and they're starting to have a backlog of schools wanting to use this service. Because of our partnership, they are going to move CESA 3 schools to the front of the line and work with us exclusively until we have our needs met. This partnership is a result of just good connections that I've made and me supporting them by introducing them to ed tech tools that they may or may not have heard of, and then connecting the founders to them. So it's a very good partnership. I'm happy about it. And I'm so thankful that they're moving us to the front of the line. So the first step is to go to edsurge.com/concierge. And when you are there, you are going to see this screen. Please go down here at the bottom where you see math and ELA tools. That arrow is a drop-down tool, and you can select potentially different options based on what needs you have. But you only need to fill out this form once, and then your Edsurge Concierge team member will get in touch with you and potentially help you select more than one tool that does more than one job, or different tools to do different jobs. But you only need to fill this out once to get started. Then in step 2, Edsurge Concierge will contact you to discuss your needs, and this call will take about 30 minutes. Now remember, the whole purpose of the Edsurge Concierge is to weed out the marketing email that you get, to eliminate phone calls from marketing salespeople for ed tech tools that you may or may not need. And so the 30 minutes that you spend with the concierge team member is really 10x the amount of time you've saved by not having to deal with all of those unsolicited email and phone calls. So this is a good use of your time to make sure that they can match you up with the product that will meet your needs. Step 3, Edsurge Concierge will contact companies on your behalf and send out what your need profile is. And then the companies in step 4 will respond if they are interested in serving your needs to the Edsurge documentation, which will mean that you will get uniform responses all addressing the same questions, and every tool will address every question. That is a big deal. Sometimes in our conversations, we forget to ask the most important things to one, but we have the information for a different tool. So this keeps everything streamlined and uniform. Then in step 5, Edsurge will provide you with the responses that the companies have provided, making the proposal to meet your needs. So they will give you that information. And then in step 6, once you are ready, you can let Edsurge know which companies you would like to speak with. And at that point, and only at that point, will they connect you with the salespeople or the company. That is the only point in time where your email or phone number will be provided to the ed tech companies that might meet your needs. So where does CESA fit in with this? CESA and Edsurge, because of their partnership, we are going to run a campaign. And so the Edsurge campaign and CESA 3 will work to actually bring the vendor fair to our area with the companies that you want. And it will also provide an opportunity for teachers to play in the products with the support of the people who've designed them at the vendor fair. So if you remember last year, we had a vendor fair where people came in and looked at products. And I decided not to do it in the same fashion, even though it was very well received. And I've received several calls about, are we going to do that again? We are going to do it again, but it will be based on the tools that you want to see and talk with. I don't want you to go to a vendor fair or your staff to go to a vendor fair and learn about a new solution. So they have the tool to do the job, but they don't know what job they're trying to do. So I really want to avoid that so that we can A, preserve your fiscal resources, but B, get the solutions that you are prioritizing as a district. So this is essentially what CESA is doing in partnership with Edsurge. Edsurge, their relationship with the ed tech companies and their credibility will help me get them to our region. So this is how the campaign breaks down. It starts November 30th to December 15th. Districts will have the opportunity to access and priority access to Edsurge. This is where you are going to get to the front of the line. Edsurge will then seek out company input between December and January, and then you will get that information back. And while you're looking over that information, CESA and Edsurge will be working to solidify our vendor fair / mini summit. Mini summit is their language. We'll work out those details between January and February with an intended vendor fair mini summit set for early March that will be geared toward administrators and teachers. So we are working towards that goal. That's why it's really important to get on over to edsurge.com/concierge and fill out that form. Again, we have priority access from November 30th to December 15th, which will get you results just in time for your budgeting needs. So don't wait. Head on over to edsurge.com/concierge. And in the meantime, have a great day. Don't get in trouble. And if you're watching this now, happy Thanksgiving. If you watch it when you get back, I hope you had a lot of turkey. Have a great day.